Picture this. You've just had an unbelievable performance, a game that makes you feel invincible. No one can get near you, you're just on another level. The crowd is cheering and your confidence is soaring to new heights. But then, the next week comes, and it's a completely different story. You can't seem to reach those same levels, your movements become clunky, and you make mistakes that make the crowd cringe in disbelief. Suddenly, that wave of confidence you were riding on crashes down faster than you can blink. This rollercoaster of emotions is all too familiar for athletes. The highs and lows can lead to a spiral of self-doubt and negativity, an abyss that seems impossible to escape. You find yourself asking, what went wrong? Why can't I maintain that level of performance? In your attempt to pick yourself up, you focus on rebuilding your confidence, thinking it's the key to reclaiming glory. But here's the kicker. The truth is, you're barking up the wrong tree. Confidence, as it turns out, is a fickle friend. It's there one moment, gone the next, leaving athletes in a constant battle to regain their footing. What if I told you there's a concept, a secret weapon that most athletes have never even heard of? A game changer that, when learned and applied, can elevate your performance to unprecedented heights. Does this intrigue you? Well, if so, you must watch the rest of this video, because I'm going to equip you with the knowledge that will stop the cycle of good performance, bad performance. Instead, peak performances will become the norm. Sound good to you? Well, let's get started. So just for a minute, I want you to imagine confidence as a house built on a foundation of shifting sand. Sure, it may stand tall for a while, but the slightest tremor can bring it crashing down. Enter self-efficacy, the bedrock that provides stability even in the stormiest of performances. Think of it like a well-constructed fortress, resilient to the unpredictable weather of success and failure. Self-efficacy is the secret ingredient that athletes need in order to build and sustain a good run of form, not confidence. It's a concept that was developed by the famous psychologist Albert Bandura, and can be defined as an individual's belief in his or her capacity to execute behaviors necessary to produce specific performance attainments. But wait, that still sounds like confidence, right? Not necessarily the closer you look. Confidence is a general belief in your abilities and an overall positive feeling about oneself, but it often fluctuates based on external factors and can be influenced by temporary successes or failures. On the other hand, self-efficacy is a more specific and task-oriented belief in one's capacity to perform well in particular situations, rooted in past experience and personal mastery. It is a resilient and enduring conviction that transcends momentary confidence. Say, for example, you have to take a last-minute penalty in a football match. It might be the case that you missed your last one. This naturally can lead to some self-doubt and in turn mean that you're lacking confidence when taking this kick if you start thinking about your previous miss. However, because you know that since your last game you've practiced 100 penalties and really nailed your routine, you have strong beliefs that you're able to perform this specific task effectively. That means you have high self-efficacy. Those beliefs are a lot more fixed and enduring. They are more predictable and consistent compared to confidence, which just oscillates up and down moment to moment. So why is self-efficacy more important than confidence? Well, to start, it's not a vague sense of I can do this, but a concrete understanding of I can excel in this particular situation. This precision is like having a GPS for success, guiding athletes with pinpoint accuracy. It's about knowing 100% that you have the skills and abilities to execute difficult shots, reach a finish line in a particular amount of time, or throw something a particular distance. Secondly, self-efficacy is not at the mercy of external factors. Confidence often hinges on external validation, like applause from the crowd or praise from coaches and teammates. In contrast, self-efficacy is an internal flame that athletes can fuel themselves. It's a self-sustaining fire that doesn't flicker in the face of external criticism or fleeting accolades. It's about believing in what you can do even during the times that some others don't. So as we delve into the realm of self-efficacy, keep in mind this fortress analogy. It's not just about feeling good about oneself. It's about building an unshakable stronghold that withstands the unpredictable tides of athletic performance. And there are 4 key components of self-efficacy that every athlete must learn in order to dominate with a sense of self-assurance like never before. So let's explain each of these and run through some super practical tools and suggestions to help you start building your sense of self-efficacy. The first component is mastery experiences. This is all about drawing strength from past victories and overcoming challenges. Consider it the highlight reel of your successes. It doesn't matter if you're a footballer, a gymnast, or an esports athlete, you will have had successful experiences at some point in your career. Perhaps it was scoring a one-on-one with the last kick of the game in training, or hitting a perfect landing somersaulting off the beam in a previous competition, or getting the final kill for your team. If you have done something before, you must understand that you're more than capable of doing it again. You already have the evidence and proof. Mastery experience is just about knowing that you have mastered a skill in the past, so there's no problem with replicating it again here in the present. And one of the best ways to really reinforce this component is to write a success journal. Imagine maintaining a personal notebook where you document not just your major triumphs, but also all the smaller victories along the way. For instance, note the times you surpass your personal best in a workout, successfully executed a new skill, or just demonstrated exceptional teamwork. As this is a personal journal, there's no limits in how you go about crafting it. But if you're new to journaling, here are 3 key steps that you can take to make this impactful in your quest to build up mastery experiences. Step 1, record achievements. After each accomplishment, take a moment to jot down the details in your success journal. Include specific actions, challenges overcome, and the emotions you felt. This could range from scoring a crucial goal in a match to consistently meeting your fitness targets. Step 2, reflect on the journey. Regularly revisit your success journal and reflect on the journey that led to each achievement. Acknowledge the hard work, dedication, and perseverance that contributed to your success. This reflection reinforces the understanding that success is often the result of continuous effort and improvement, and is not something that has to disappear the second you have a wobbling confidence. Step 3, utilize in challenging times. When faced with setbacks or moments of self-doubt, revisit your success journal. The documented triumphs serve as a powerful reminder of your capabilities and the hurdles you've conquered before. This practice not only boosts confidence, but also solidifies the foundation of mastery experiences that contribute to lasting self-efficacy. Most elite athletes say they learn more from their losses than their victories, so it's also important to record those from time to time, because those are things that you can master in the sense of being able to deal with similar moments in future, but with a better approach. The next component of self-efficacy is vicarious experiences. This involves learning and gaining confidence by observing others succeed. It's like having a playbook filled with strategies gathered from the victories and challenges faced by those you admire. Think about it. When growing up and first getting interested in our sport of choice, it's pretty much a guarantee that we had role models. We'd buy the jerseys of our favorite players and put posters of them up on our wall. This is exactly what we mean by vicarious experiences, looking at those who have gone down the same path before us and asking ourselves, how can I be like them and achieve the same heights? It's about studying them carefully to understand how and why they managed to accomplish so much, so that we can emulate them in future. If you're a basketball player, it's about deeply studying Steph Curry's shot mechanics. Or if you're a tennis player, it's about carefully watching how Novak Djokovic manages to hit returns from uncomfortable positions. It's about studying the greats as closely as possible. To specifically get the best out of vicarious experience, the best thing athletes can do is seek mentorship or identify role models. You want to connect with people who are ahead of you or have been there before, or you can really go all in on learning everything you possibly can about an athlete that you truly admire, just like Jude Bellingham has done in trying to replicate his game on Zidane. So pick someone who you feel is similar to you in terms of style and play, follow their careers, watch their performances, and analyze the traits that contribute to their success. Engage with them through interviews, documentaries, or autobiographies to gain deeper insights into their mindset and strategies. You almost want a borderline obsession with that person, like Garnacho has with Ronaldo. This vicarious learning process can significantly enhance your own self-efficacy by providing a roadmap for success based on real-world examples. But the key with this one is to still bring your uniqueness to the table. You want to use role models as a template that you can then fill out with your own individuality, because the very best don't say, I want to be the next Ronaldo, LeBron, or Serena. They say, I want to be the next me. So be careful in not trying to be a complete copy of your idol, because that means you won't develop the things that give you your own unique advantage. And then component number 3 of self-efficacy is verbal persuasion. This revolves around the influence of others through support and constructive feedback. It's like having a trusted ally who believes in your potential and provides the encouragement needed to face challenges head on. But they'll also call out your bullshit. They won't always sugarcoat things, and they'll push you to limits that you didn't necessarily know you had. Consider the relationship between Kobe Bryant and his coach, the legend Phil Jackson. Jackson was known for his tough love and demanding style at times, which meant he pushed Bryant to his limits, but also provided unwavering support. Through focus and motivational communication, Jackson instilled in Bryant the belief that he could achieve greatness, contributing to Bryant's legendary career. Jackson had a way of doing things that Bryant didn't always accept, and this caused them to clash heads a lot of times. But together, they ended up winning 5 NBA titles because their relationship evolved over time to one that at times was intense, but ultimately one geared towards working together to win at all costs. Jackson knew that on certain occasions he had to just give Kobe the keys and let him single-handedly win crucial games. It's this encouragement that enables athletes to up their overall sense of belief in themselves in order to perform optimally during the most pressurized moments. So the main tip to build up this key component of self-efficacy is to surround yourself with mentors, coaches, or teammates who provide constructive feedback. Seek guidance from individuals who support a balance of support and challenge, helping you recognize areas for improvement while emphasizing your strengths. Engage in open communication, actively seeking feedback on your performance, and use it as a tool for growth. Constructive and supportive verbal persuasion can be a powerful catalyst for building and sustaining high self-efficacy. And you have to grow comfortable with taking this feedback. Don't ever see negative feedback as a blow to your ego. Focus on the information related to your actions and general behavior, because those are things you can always change. If you can't take criticism, then that shows how fragile your self-efficacy is, as well as the fact that you're deeply insecure. Elite performers understand criticism is just information, and what is important is what they then choose to do with that information. So the last component of self-efficacy is physiological states. What this is all about is like having a finely tuned instrument that alerts you to your physical and mental state, enabling you to respond appropriately during any possible moment that you face on the court, pitch, or track. It's about being fully aware of everything going on in terms of how your body feels when faced with pressure, and also how you then feel emotionally about such pressure too. If you think about it, when you judge your own capabilities to succeed in sport, you will often take information from your body to help you make that judgment. For example, in activities that require physical strength, you may take fatigue or pain as an indicator of a lack of ability or effort. Or think about whenever warming up before a game. One of the purposes is to get a feel for the ball, or to make certain movements in order to make you feel prepared for the task at hand. One of the best examples of physiological states being a key pillar of self-efficacy is marathon running. If you take Eliud Kipchoge, the first person to run a marathon in under 2 hours, he 100% knows the subtle cues of his body intimately. To run at just the right pace beneath one's lactate threshold is an incredibly difficult skill to master. Even the very elite will blow up from going even just a few seconds too fast per mile. But Kipchoge has been as successful as he has in the sport because of understanding the need to listen to his body's signals during training and races. This elevated level of awareness allows him to pace himself effectively, manage fatigue, and push through the never-ending line of mental barriers that arise during long distance running. The best tip to improve this side of self-efficacy is to incorporate some form of mindfulness and body awareness practices into your routine. And look, I know mindfulness can be a bit woo-woo, but in the context of elite sport, it's super important to be incredibly mindful moment to moment so that you can execute with precision during high pressure situations. Techniques like meditation, deep breathing exercises, or yoga can help you become more attuned to your body's signals. Also, regularly check in with yourself both physically and mentally, especially during high-stake moments in training or competition. Developing a mindful approach to your physiological responses enhances your ability to manage stress, stay focused, and perform at your best. So there you have it. If you make your goal to improve your self-efficacy by working on these 4 components of it, then you'll realize that worrying about confidence is pointless. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or the best in the world at something. Confidence comes and goes, but self-efficacy remains, and it is those who focus on this that are able to still put in peak performances when it seems like they should be at their lowest. Achieving this shift in mindset can feel like a complete mental reset. So to help you with this transition, you should watch this next video here.